Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
TSC has streaming television services available in the Gigahood, delivered over our blazing fast fiber internet. Choose TV to fit your family's needs. Enjoy our basic package with all the local channels, or try the extended basic package with sports, news, music, and family entertainment. Download the Your TV Green app and use your Amazon Fire Stick to start watching today. Still need internet? Go to www.telcirco.com and choose the Connect Me button to complete the fiber connection form, and we'll take care of the rest.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider First Down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grand Lake Health Systems Court here at Memorial High School. It's a Tuesday night, and we're here for a nice blue and gold night of girls basketball. If you wore blue and gold, you can't miss for tonight's game. We've got the visiting Marion local Flyers versus the home St. Mary's Rough Riders in a non-league matchup. Mike, I'm Kelly J here with Mike J. and Jess Ramwell, and we're breaking Jess in on stats. And in the past, I hate to tell you, Jess, but the first game that a person does with stats has always been a barn burner in all of our rookies. So hopefully we don't have something to just, send you home crazy tonight. So, but appreciate you helping out tonight on stats. Mike, let's go ahead and jump in and talk about the visiting Flyers for tonight.
Well, the Marion local Lady Flyers are very much a blue blood of the Midwest Athletic Conference, a traditionally outstanding girls basketball program. Last year they were 22-3. This year, a rebuilding year. They're starting one freshman, two sophomores, two juniors. Excuse me. There's only one senior on the entire roster. They are 7-5 overall. They've won their last two, including a blowout over Anna on Saturday. They are 3-1 in the MAC, which is tied for second with Versailles and Minster. St. Henry is sitting high atop the MAC at 4-0, and they were undefeated champions of the MAC last year. So again, Marion local 7-5, 3-1 in the MAC. The Flyers are averaging on offense 44 points a game, which is very similar to St. Mary's 41. They're on defense, they're only giving up 34, which is 6 or 7 points lower than St. Mary's. So they're an outstanding and physical defensive team. Players they're going to feature, they have the one returning player with a lot of experience and stats. Last year, Maya Eckstein was first-team All-MAC performer. She's a junior guard, 5'9". She is leading them in points at 9, assists at 1.5, rebounds at 7, free throw percentage as well. So Maya Eckstein, I'm looking to definitely be the player to look at to lead the Flyers. Their second leading scorer, St. Mary's fans should recognize the last name. It's Kate Ashman. Is a 5'10 junior. That is the daughter of legendary St. Mary's and University of Dayton center Mark Ashman. She's averaging 8 points and 4 rebounds a game. She's coming off a game 2 games ago. She comes off her career high 26 points, including 5 of 8 threes. So she was out all last year with a knee injury, but she is back for her junior campaign and maybe rounding into form as well. Other starters for the Flyers, Emerson Mesher averaging 3, Claire Bruns averaging 6, and Faith Ronnebaum averaging 6 points and 5 rebounds. They are coached by Beth Stribe, better known as Beth Everman in her playing days. And she graduated from Marion Local in 2001 and was an all-GLIAC performer at Ashland University. So an outstanding basketball player and a very veteran coach. She is in her 11th season at Marion Local.
Well, and you look at the bench, Treva Fortkamp, former Treva Griesdorn as an assistant, longtime head coach of the Flyers.
And played at Wright State.
And then Maria Rose, Maria Mueller, another
all Big Ten player at Ohio State.
Yeah, so a lot
Coach
of experience.
Coach Jordan and his staff do not want to get in a 3-on-3 game with the Marion Local Flyers staff. They are loaded with Division I and II players from the past.
Speaking of the St. Mary's Rough Riders, they come into tonight's game at 7-5, 2-2 in the WBL. They are coming off of what I would probably term heartbreaking but disappointing loss to the Defiance Bulldogs last Thursday. You could see here on Rider Nation Station, they lost 50-45 to the Bulldogs, and 15 turnovers. Kind of been one of the bugaboos of the Riders all year long. Didn't shoot real well, and then 12 of 19 from the free throw line as a team, and so down the stretch didn't quite hit the shots that they needed, and dropped that game. And I'm guessing that Coach Jordan, looking back on that, can point to several different plays and go, man, if we'd have hit that shot, or man, if we'd have got that rebound. Just a lot of individual plays that could have turned the tide for the Rough Riders. The Riders are led by senior Sophie Menker, 10 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, and really she's running the offense, doing a lot of the driving, a lot of the ball handling.
Vast majority of assists. She has 37 assists on the season. And
is shooting well from the three-point line, shooting 33% from the three-point line. So really, as they go offensively, is according to how Sophie Menker does. Also for the Riders, Audrey Reinecke, 10 points a game as well. She leads them in rebounds at 5 rebounds a game, and from her center position is one of the best three-point shooters for the blue and gold at 33% as well. Also, and this is kind of a big impact for tonight's game, the Riders will be without the services of Claire Turner, 8 points a game and 5 rebounds a game. Out right now with an ankle injury, which she did on Thursday, fairly late in the game against the Bulldogs. So, somebody's going to have to step up.
Kaliana Bond-Alls is going to get the start in her stead.
In her spot. We're going to take a pause.
Flag's been lowered.
So we'll take a break here and come back after these messages.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
All right, and we're getting ready for the starting lineups here for tonight's game, the St. Mary's Rough Riders versus the Marion Local Flyers. And to kind of finish out, Mike, about the St. Mary's Rough Riders, offensively, what can we expect? We got any overall stats that we need to look at?
Well, you know, the big story I think is going to be the absence of Claire Turner. Claire Turner averages 8 points, 5 rebounds. She leads the Riders in steals with 20 on the season. She's very active rebounder and scorer. When you take that kind of punch out of the lineup, you know, somebody's going to have to step up and replace those points and rebounds. So it'll be interesting to see who that is. You know, will Minker and Reinecke, the normal leading scorers, will they step up, or will it be one of the other players? You know, Lauren Jacobs averages 5, Hinchin 2, Alls 2, Kaya Fulmer off the bench averages 6. So will one of those other players step up, or will it be Minker and Reinecke who up their game a little bit? Somebody's got to generate some offense to be able to compete with the Flyers.
One of the things that you don't see with this year's Marion Local Flyers is obscene height, which sometimes happens. However,
they're 5'10", 5'10", 5'9", 5'8", 5'8", so which is really good average size.
Height, right.
But you don't see the traditional Marion Local aircraft carriers
that
are 6'2", 6'2",
right.
6'1", 6'1".
But still good team size. And talking to Coach Scott Jordan before the game, he said they're very physical. He said they do a lot of high-low action. Again, probably taking advantage of that overall balance height. He said they are very balanced scoring, and sometimes we'll jump into a 1-3-1, which again, when you got good length, that sometimes makes it difficult for an offense to rotate the ball, get off shots. So it'll be interesting to see how the Riders respond to that.
So again, starters for Marion Local: Kate Ashman, Maya Eckstein, Emerson Mesher, Claire Bruns, and Faith Ronnebaum. Starters for St. Mary's: Sophia Minker, Lauren Jacobs, Logan Hinchin, Kaliana Bond-Alls in place of Claire Turner, and Audrey Reinecke.
So getting ready for the tip-off, and again, from the get-go, lot's going to depend on how well the Riders take care of the ball. That's been something.
Marion Local is only giving up 34 points a game. They are traditionally a very big and physical defense. If they defend like they normally do, St. Mary's may have trouble generating offense. I think that's going to be a big thing to look for. How will we generate enough points to beat Marion?
And I'll throw in the other thing, keeping them off the offensive boards. Something that the Riders have struggled with sometimes during the season.
Reinecke gets the tip for the Riders.
Looks like the
Riders running a double screen for Alls.
Looks like the Flyers are in a man to start with.
Here comes a double screen from Minker, trying to get her loose.
Shot goes up.
No good by Sophie Minker. Maya Eckstein brings it up for the Flyers. Again, number 22 is their do-everything player. She leads them in points, rebounds, assists, everything.
Bruns.
She was a first-team All-Macker last year.
Bruns up top got kind of stuck a little bit. And Faith Ronbaum with the miss.
Logan Hinchen cleans the board for the Riders.
Riders tried to push the ball a little bit, and Coach Scott Jordan talked about that before the game. He said, you know, of the last few games, they haven't really pushed the ball as much as he would like.
And he knows Marion's always a good defensive team. And what do you do against a good defensive team if you have trouble scoring in the half court? Try to beat that defense up the floor. Score before they get set.
And we got a miss by Lauren Jacobs, a little scrum after the ball, but it looks like the Flyers will come up with the defensive rebound. Very, very quick first step by Eckstein. Looks like the
out of bounds to the Flyers. My Eckstein will be inbounding.
Pull-up jumper, and there's that one of those offensive rebounds that we talked about.
Eckstein on the glass. Coach Stribe talked about pregame when I talked to her that they really worked this week in practice at ball movement. She says the ball, in the past, they've had trouble with the ball kind of sticking with Eckstein all the time, that the other players always relying on her to come get the ball constantly, and they were looking to move the ball amongst all the players and move it around the court a little more than they had in the past.
Maker gets the turnover from
Faith Ronnebaum, the freshman, just kind of left the ball out there, and the experienced Sophie Minker came up and said, "I'll take that, thank you." She'll learn as she gets older to protect the ball a little better. The Flyers are a very young team, 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a junior.
Flyers return the favor with a turnover of their own.
Up to Faith Ronnebaum. She goes in strong and gets fouled. She's going to get 2 shots.
Turnover, but no shot. Ronnebaum will step to the free throw line.
She's a 45% free throw shooter, so that first miss is not surprising.
However, has gotten to the free throw line quite a bit.
Misses both free throws, but again, Eckstein cleaning up the glass. Norm Jacobs looking into the post to Reinecke. Tip from behind by Ronnebaum. Claire Bruns, freshman Claire Bruns, on the leak out after the turnover, gets fouled, taken into the basket. She earns 2 free throws.
Bruns steps up and to the free throw line.
Got Sophie Minker on her first.
As a 64%
free throw shooter. Their second best free throw shooter.
Keeping Jess in line over here. Claire Bruns looks smooth on that free throw. Looks like we've got a 1-3-1.
Little 3/4 to half court trap kind of thing.
Coach Scott Jordan talked about this in the pregame, and he said after every free throw, he said it's just something they do.
Nice assist by Soph Minker. Finds Reinecke in the post for 2, tying the game up 2-all. Great pass, penetration and pass from Soph Minker. Kate Ashman reverses the ball.
Nice penetration.
Eckstein on the drive. Overcooks it a little bit. Rebound Emerson Mesher for 2. Again, the Riders are getting hurt on the offensive boards.
I think that is the third offensive board for them already.
It's 3 extra possessions already in the game. Hinchin's looking for the high-low with Reineke. I think Logan needed to let Reineke settle down a little bit and get position and get stabilized. She kind of passed it to her while she was in the process of establishing position. Need to be a little more patient on that pass.
And also a little lower, a little more air under it. Nice drive by Bruns, did not connect.
Bruns is a nice athletic-looking freshman. Mesher on a missed 3. Clearing the boards is Soph Menker. Did she step out of bounds? Ooh, yeah, on the replay, she absolutely did.
Another turnover by the Riders.
Kendall Davis is looking to check in for the Riders, replacing Alls. Again, Alls and Davis are both stepping in for the minutes that normally would be occupied by Claire Turner, who turned her ankle last game against Defiance towards the end of the game. She's unavailable. Airball by the Flyers. Eckstein with another offensive rebound. That's about her 4th offensive rebound, I think, already. The Riders have got to keep the Flyers off the offensive glass. Ooh, Menker in and out on a 3, halfway down.
Menker's been shooting really, really well of late from the 3-point line.
Eckstein drives baseline, turnaround jumper's good. I think that was Eckstein on the score. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like
Kate Ashman runs the passing lane and runs into Kendall Davis. She's going to get the foul. Again, if you missed it earlier, Kate Ashman is the daughter of St. Mary's Hall of Famer and University of Dayton Hall of Famer Mark Ashman.
Kaya Fulmer comes into the game replacing Reineke, freshman getting some minutes here in the first quarter. She's been kind of a stat stuffer here, you know, in the minutes that she gets in.
She's averaging 6 points and 3 boards a game, playing roughly a third of the time.
And I think they're getting a foul for Kaylin Toby, I believe.
Kaylin Toby, her first team second.
Nice step through by Fulmer. Flyers doing a little weave out front. That was muscle points by Maya Eckstein.
Eckstein's doing a little everything for the Flyers. She's handling the ball, she's scoring, she's rebounding, playing good defense. There's a reason she was first team All-MAC last year as a sophomore. Referees are looking at each other. Going to call for a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Flyers. Audrey Reineke checks back in, replacing Hinchin in the post. Riders have a big lineup in now with Reineke, Fulmer, and big guards like Soph Menker.
And this is a good move by Coach Jordan, suddenly a little 2-3 zone. Instead of trailing around and letting the Flyers do a lot of weave and ball screens and stuff, sit in the paint and clog things up a little bit. Kaya Fulmer with a nice block shot.
Put back by Fulmer is a little strong. Eckstein clears the ball.
Flyers doing a little pushing the ball. A little pace on that possession. And we got a corner 3.
Gina Bruns, who only averages 2 points on the year, so she got more than that just on that shot.
And the Riders, with just 34 seconds to go in the quarter, are taking a timeout to talk things over. We will return after these messages.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Are you tired of the same old mass-produced items and looking for something unique? We specialize in creating custom projects tailored to your style. Whether it's cutting boards, tables, crosses, or other items, we can bring your ideas to life. Contact Milner Woodworking today to start your custom project.
And we're back with the St. Mary's Rough Riders trailing 11-2, just 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Riders kind of need to get a score here just to get a little footing.
Bit of momentum going into the second quarter.
Kind of an up and under by Sophie Menker. Cash in the 2, a much needed bucket for the Riders.
Basket. Be nice to get a stop here. Get out of the first quarter only being down 7.
And a flurry of shots there at the end of the quarter for the Flyers did not net any points, and so the Riders go into the first quarter trailing 11-4. We will return in a moment.
Hold your horses, literally. Here comes Rocky, trotting in with some big news.
Yeehaw, Rider Nation. The Rider Rooters give back to every Rough Rider sports program.
That's right. Rider Rooters help supply gear, scoreboards, and the extras our athletes need to succeed. So saddle up and purchase your Rider Rooter membership, because here at St. Mary's, Riders ride together.
Thank you for your support. Go Riders!
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
All right, we're back. Girls basketball, St. Mary's Rough Riders versus the Marion Local Flyers. End of the first quarter of play, and the Flyers look at a 11-4 lead.
Rider possession to start the quarter. Scott Jordan had to talk about in that quarter break. We have got to rebound. We're getting killed on the offensive glass. Marion Local has probably 3 times the shot attempts we did in the first quarter, merely because of offensive boards.
Nice post move, but rejected, and there you go. There you go, Mike.
Lady Riders have got to find a Marion Local body and make some contact and get them out of there.
First foul, number 11, Logan Mitchell, her first, team first.
Nice little backdoor cut by Kylie Shaneline. Was not able to connect. And the Riders, really, considering how poorly they played there in the first half, they're
it's amazing they're only down 5. The Flyers have shot very poorly. They've gotten a ton of shots because of the rebounds, but haven't made a lot of them.
And that's a turnover by Kaya Fulmer.
Freshman's got to be a little stronger with the ball there.
Riders did a nice job. That's the old, you got to know who you're throwing it to.
Don't pass to your center in the open court.
Yeah. And
3.
Kaylin Toby makes them pay with a 3-point play. That's kind of a big turnaround point. You know, you got the ball, fast break, and then, give up the three.
Cut it to 4, and now suddenly you're looking at an 8-point deficit.
Good motion by Sophie Manker. Look for a 3, and Rich, can we keep that clip?
Soph's shooting 33% from the 3 this year. Much improved shooter this year.
Riders back to their man-to-man. And Toby gets not, I don't want to say blocked.
That wasn't blocked. That was not blocked.
I don't think that was blocked.
I think the referee underneath got blocked out by a player. He asked for help from a referee out front who said that St. Mary's girl deflected it. Well, maybe she did.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yeah,
I take that back.
Yeah, you got.
I apologize to the referees union. I'll make a contribution to the Referees Association.
Logan Henshin did block
Henshin
that.
Did
Yeah, so she gets credit for a block.
It's not often I apologize to the referees, but I will on that one.
Riders doing a nice job getting a little pressure on the ball.
Riders have to rebound, and rebound to get back in this game. You can't continue to give them 2 and 3 shots every possession. Nice drive.
Nice drive by Claire Bruns.
Freshman Claire Bruns taking it all the way to the hole. Coach Jordan can't be happy about his help defense there. There was nobody came to help on that penetration. No rotation by the Riders.
Great fake by Sophie Manker. And the Riders getting a little offensive rebounding there as well.
Possession error to the Flyers.
Audrey Reinecke at least getting a possession there.
Claire Eckstein's going to be inbound on the ball with a 16-9 Flyer lead.
Riders picking up a little more full court pressure. Got to be unhappy with that. Claire Bruns just driving straight through. But getting the turnover anyways. Yeah.
The overall length and athleticism of Marion is showing on defense. A lot of the Riders, other than Sophie Manker, are having trouble generating shots against the Flyer defense.
That's a really aggressive take. You know, drawing contact,
that's what you got to do when
hit.
they're playing really tight man-to-man. You've got to be aggressive. Fight aggressive defense with aggressive offense.
And the Flyers are doing a great job down here of doing that. They're aggressively taking the ball to the basket, pounding it inside some.
Flyers looking to get Kate Ashman the ball in the post.
I think Runabout may have gotten away with a travel on that one.
Nothing but air.
Nothing but air from
Kayla
the 3.
Toby.
And we have a sub for the Riders, and because Sophie Manker has been like the offense for the Riders, I hope this rest is short. Yeah, very, very short.
Get a quick drink, catch your breath, let me know when you're ready to go.
And it's gonna now be up to probably Jacobs and maybe Reinecke to try to initiate some offense. And the Riders kind of lucked out of a turnover on that one. Knocked off the Flyers' hands. Otherwise, they were looking at a definite turnover.
Lauren Jacobs inbounds. Reinecke turns and fires, no good. Bondall's on the boards. With a nice pass to Logan Henshin for 2.
And Mike, you talked about, some other people were going to have to step up and score, and hopefully Henshin can move into that role.
Riders only trail by 3. If you're, to me at least, watching this game, it feels like they should be ahead by 10.
Right.
But the Riders have closed it to a 3-point game.
Flyers almost had a turnover out front and then fulfilled it right there on the right-hand side, threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, when Maya Eckstein doesn't have the ball, it appears to me at least that the Flyers struggle to handle the ball and pass well. Their offense doesn't run near as smooth when she doesn't possess the ball.
And Scott Jordan said that their ball handling out top was suspect at times, and he said, you know, I'm hoping we can put a little pressure on them and generate some turnovers.
Nice pick and roll. Nice pick and roll with Fulmer and Minker. Minker makes a nice high feed. Fulmer doesn't bring the ball down, takes it straight up at the basket and draws the foul. Fulmer is a 60% free throw shooter on the season, one of the Riders' better shooters. And Jinkster. Hopefully she can get the basket. Kea Fulmer again is a 5'11" freshman, averaging 6 points and 3 boards a game, playing about a third of the minutes.
There she goes. Kea hits that one. And the Riders climb within 2 of the Flyers.
Riders just been slowly sneaking back into this game.
And it's funny, the Riders defensively, and there's another turnover for the Flyers, defensively have kind of clamped down here in this second quarter. Minker gets things reset a little bit. Little running hook by Kea Fulmer.
Little high-low action with Reineke. Another board by the Flyers. Reineke had to foul. Kylie Shaneline, 5'8" junior, is going to be going to the line for the Flyers. She's shooting 66% from the free throw line. Increasing the Flyers' lead to 3.
And you know, if you look at the possession, the Flyers are crashing everybody. And it's very important for everybody to hit a body.
Doesn't do any good for the post to block out underneath, and then a little guard comes flying in from the outside. Nothing makes a post player madder than to box out and then having some little 5'5" guard come in and get a rebound in front of you. Team rebounding.
Riders running patiently on
pick
offense.
and roll.
And Bondals, nice pass from Davis. And the Riders climb to within 1. Boy, that one bounced around generously.
Coach Stribe wants a timeout here.
With 1:29 left in the first half, we will take a break.
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach. If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343. Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful. Yow!
Hi, I'm Sean Barnett with Sean Barnett Electrical for your home or your business, and I do support this pinch.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider Athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
And we're back with 1:29 left in the first half. The Flyers holding on to a very slim 1-point lead, 17-16, as we wind down this second quarter. Coach Stripe called a timeout to kind of settle the girls down.
Kate Ashman for 3.
And yet another offensive rebound.
It's been the story of this first half. can only wonder what the score would be like if the Riders were even on the boards with the Flyers. You could easily have a 10-point lead with all the extra possessions.
And Coach Jordan gets Sophie Manker back into the lineup. As we said, short rest. And as we're winding down the last minute, Riders being patient, running against this man-to-man. And a great drive by Sophie Manker, and she draws contact and finishes out, hoping to complete the three-point play, the old-fashioned three-point play. As we said, Manker shooting 78%, very respectable. And of course, I just jinxed her. And the Riders get credit for an offensive board on that one. Coach Tribe over there yelling, "Hey, rebound," and she's right. And of course, that's been the tale of both ends of the floor, giving up offensive boards. 43 seconds to go as we wind down. And we've got that baseline jumper by Faith Ronbaum. Flyers jump up by 1. We've got just 25 seconds to go. I could kind of envision the Riders trying to get a last-second shot. However, Bondales comes up with another turnover, gives the ball back to the Flyers, and I, again, think they will probably try to get just one shot to finish up the half. 13 seconds. Riders still sitting in that 2-3 zone, kind of harassing the ball a little bit. And a steal by Kea Fulmer as the Flyers get a turnover. And as we head into the halftime, without a shot attempt, the Flyers clinging to a 1-point lead, 19-18. We will return with stats, telestrators, and all sorts of information that we can cram into halftime.
Hey there, Rough Rider Country. If you need a van, truck, car, SUV, motorcycle, camper, boat, or any other form of transportation, come on down to Schaff Auto Sales. I know you got vehicle needs, and I got needs too. I need to know that you got the right kind of truck to get the job done. And I need to know that you got a fun set of wheels to cruise around in. And I need to know that your kids are safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Aaron High, the car guy.
I'm Aaron High, the car guy with Schaff Auto Sales. I sell cars to Rough Rider fans, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
Hi, I'm Jay Gibson, proud owner of Varsity Lanes since 2003. Visit Varsity Lanes for exceptional fun and mouth-watering food. Opt for our classic ham and cheese, or choose from various other delectable options. Every Friday night, join Rough Rider fans in the lounge for food, drinks, and St. Mary's football. Can't make it? Takeout and delivery services available. Varsity Lanes is your go-to spot for daily lunch specials and dinner options. Whether you dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, Varsity Lanes, locally owned and operated, and the home of state bowling champions, and where amazing dining meets fun. Tempted? Visit or call us now. Have you made the call yet?
We did! TSC has streaming television services available in the Gigahood, delivered over our blazing fast fiber internet. Choose TV to fit your family's needs. Enjoy our basic package with all the local channels, or try the extended basic package with sports, news, music, and family entertainment. Download the Your TV Green app and use your Amazon Fire Stick to start watching today. Still need internet? Go to www.telcirco.com and choose the Connect Me button to complete the fiber connection form, and we'll take care of the rest.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spies Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spies and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spies Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spies Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider first down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
And we're back. Halftime, St. Mary's Rough Riders versus the Marion Local Flyers in girls basketball non-league action. Halftime, Jess, hit us with some stats.
We have St. Mary's girls led with Sophie Manker leading with 9 points, Lauren Jacobs with 2, Logan Henshin with 2, Kaliana Bondal with 2, and Audrey Reinecke with 2, and Kaya Fulmer rounding out the scoring with 1. For Marion, Gina Bruns has 3, Kaylin Toby has 3, Maya Eckstein has 4, Emerson Mesher has 2, Claire Bruns has 4, Kylie Shaneline has 1, and Faith Runabaum has 2. Turnovers, we're tied with 9 both, St. Mary's and Marion Local. And rebounds, St. Mary's has 9, 5 offensive and 4 defensive, and Marion Local has 12, 8 offensive and 4 defensive.
Jess, as I'm looking at total shot attempts right now, Marion Local has 25 shot attempts compared to St. Mary's 18. So, you know, some of that is the offensive boards. And the more shot attempts you get, the more chances you have to score. It's pretty simple when it comes down to that. So, okay, we're going to slide into a quick telestrator. And this is we've got St. Mary's down on an offense down here. And I guess my point here is going to be movement. And you know, you talk about getting open for shots and stuff, and sometimes, and every team does this, but sometimes you get kind of stagnant and you're standing around a lot. And I just want you to watch, and if I can do the picture here, right here we've got, whoa, right there. we've got Sophie Menker, and I want you to watch her on this possession as St. Mary's brings the ball down the court, and just watch the movement that she has getting open for this shot. All right, pops up here, nothing going there. You know, she did this up here, you know, nothing going there, so I'm going to do a back cut and then watch her continue on out as the play progresses. Come on, hit play. Here we go. And there you go for a nice, easy three-pointer.
That's what scorers do.
Yes.
Scorers move. They don't stand and watch.
And you know, I'm not trying to compare Sophie to Steph Curry, but anybody that watches Steph Curry move, and you know, he gets a lot of threes, obviously. He moves all the time on offense, and if you watch Sophie on this possession again, just watch good movement, and her man kind of tries to cheat up to the middle, and she gets caught. Her man goes up there, and then she goes back here, and she gets caught on the screen, trailing. And you know, we talk a lot about defense trailing on screens, and you only get that when you're doing good movement. All right, so I'm gonna stop there. Whoa, hit the stop button, and turn things over to Mike. Mike's gonna give us a quick advertisement for an upcoming event, basketball related, at the St. Mary's Theater.
Yes, both St. Mary's and Marion local fans should listen, for the Flyer fans that are listening out there. Would you like to travel back in time and watch one of Northwest Ohio's greatest games ever? Well, you can do that on Sunday, February 15th at 5 p.m. at the newly restored St. Mary's Theater. You can travel back in time to February 1981 and watch the classic St. Mary's Marion local game from that season. The game featured the WBL champion Riders versus the undefeated MAC champion Flyers. It had some great player matchups like St. Mary's Damon Goodwin versus Marion locals Rory Dallinghouse, who eventually become teammates at the University of Dayton. It also featured all Ohio guards, Tommy Petter for the Riders and Gary Jones for the Flyers. St. Mary's featured a run-and-gun offense with Coach Paul Hirschberger. The Flyers had a legendary matchup zone coached by Hall of Fame Flyer coach Jack Albers. The game was played in front of what most people believe is the largest standing room only crowd in McBroom Gym's history. It was a great game, back and forth, nip and tuck, comes right down to the end, and even has a highly controversial ending at the buzzer. So we'd like to invite everybody out there, if you'd like to come, Sunday, February 15th, 5 p.m. at the St. Mary's Theater. Come and watch the game. There's the players from both teams, coaches from both teams, even the referees from the 81 game will be in attendance to reminisce and provide some insights. So get your tickets online. They're at the St. Mary's Theater website, grandoperahouse.com.
And the Flyers draw first blood on this second half, taking a 21 to 18 point lead. Riders got a good look by Lauren Jacobs. And I think the Riders
called over and back.
called an over and back. I'm not sure. We had a great view from up here.
It didn't
We're
look
looking
like she'd stepped over the line to me, but I was.
May have been out of bounds, and he just signaled it.
He signaled over and back.
Yeah.
I don't want to question the officials. I already got.
Yeah,
I already
you're
have to
0
make
for 1.
one contribution to the Officials Association.
And Eckstein misses short, and the Riders return to try to cut into this 3-point lead.
Good penetration by Jacobs, kick out.
And
for a Minker three, that was good offensive look.
And the Riders have started this half with 2 really good looks at the basket.
Eckstein drives in the lane with a spin, comes off the rim.
Another very athletic drive for her.
Minker looks for a floater, gets it blocked.
Jess is hanging in over here, get a flurry of action. Sometimes it's a little tough to keep track on stats. I think the Flyers may have gotten away with the travel on that one.
There's Kate Ashman for three. I was wondering when that was going to happen. Kate Ashman's their leading three-point shooter at about 36% from the three. She was 2 games ago was 5 for 8 from the three-point line. She scored 26 points against Parkway.
And certainly the Flyers do not want her to heat up.
Wonder if that was something that Coach Stribe talked about at halftime. Let's get Kate Ashman involved and get her some shots. She's our second leading scorer.
Sophie Minker with a little up and under move.
Sophie's having a really excellent game for the Riders. She has 11 of their 20 points and has created most of the other ones.
Riders
going to get a reaching call here on Sophie, I think.
Riders being physical on defense, and that's really important for them to do. It really is.
You need to match Marion's
kind of match their physicality, yes.
Open baseline jumper.
Bruns misses on.
Freshman Bruns comes up a little short.
And the Riders have gotten some good looks. Didn't connect on that little slip screen from Jacobs to Henson. Now the Riders picking up full court, and again, talked a little bit about that, trying to put on some pressure.
They got some turnovers against Defiance on Thursday.
Ashman misses. But again, an offensive board, yep.
And Marion had almost double-figure offensive boards in the first half. That's not good.
Kendall Davis is going to check in for the Riders. Ashman misses from three.
Ashman tracks down the rebound. Ronnebaum with a jumper was partially blocked by Reinecke, I think.
And the Riders will turn it over after securing the board.
Faith Ronnebaum for three. Coach Stribe wisely calls a
that was
timeout before a turnover on the sidelines.
Yep, save a possession timeout on that, and as they call timeout, we'll step away for just a moment.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
And we're back with 4:34 left on the clock in this third quarter with the Marion Local Flyers leading 24-20. Coach Stribe called a quick timeout to save a possession.
Lauren Jacobs with a block shot on Ronnebaum. Tie up. Possession arrow goes to the Flyers.
And Coach Scott Jordan's going to get his offense back into the game with Sophie Minker. And Kaya Fulmer slips into the lineup as well.
Kate Ashman with a nice turnaround jump shot, fouled by Henson on the shot.
Little size mismatch with Ashman at 5'10".
Kate Ashman's a 61% free throw shooter on the season. She'll make both of them if she shoots free throws like her dad. Mark was an excellent free throw shooter for a 6'10" big man.
Got that nice follow through.
Dad may have had a little bit to do with that follow through, I'm guessing.
I would think so. And
there you go, nothing but the net.
That's point 4 and 5 for Ashman on the evening.
Ashman misses the shot, but follows her shot, gets an offensive board again.
Ashman
posting up Kendall Davis. That's a big mismatch.
Yeah, she's sensing the
Kendall
mismatch.
Davis got a little too handsy, extending her arms and shoving Ashman in the back. She's going to get the foul.
That's one where smart players will rematch up and say, hey.
Sometimes it's good. A little player like that gets on a mismatch on a post, just give the foul. You can get rematched up so they don't get an easy basket. It's not the end of the world. Uh-oh.
Kaya Fulmer says take that one back to Marion Local. And the Flyers will get credit for a turnover here on the jump ball. And I think the Riders have possession. Yes, the Riders have possession on this one. Riders want to cut into that 26 to 20 lead, 6-point lead for the Flyers.
Flyers are going to use their little 1-3-1 half-court press. Nice step through, nice spin and step through by Kaya Fulmer.
Little left-hand flip there. Little George Gervin underhand finger roll.
Not sure how many people watching the broadcast know who George Gervin is. You're dating yourself.
Yes. The old timers will know.
Eckstein with a drive.
I think Kendall Davis gets a block shot out of that one.
I'm guessing with Kendall's height, that might be her first block shot of the season.
And the Riders finally track down a defensive board. And would like to pull this one within 2. And we got a 3-point.
Sophie Minker. So 3 on Minker.
Nice fake as she dove down and then popped back out. Good
for Sophie, that's points 12, 13, and 14. She has 14 of the 25 Rider points. That's over half. Even you with your mathematical abilities know that.
And the Riders with a really aggressive defensive possession there forced the turnover for the Flyers. Jess, how many is that for the, looks like 11 turnovers for the Flyers.
Their turnovers are kind of equalizing their advantage that they've had on offensive rebounding. Have been neutralized a little bit by their careless turnovers.
Kaya Fulmer takes it up strong, does not get the foul.
Looking for some help. That's a double dribble. Wasn't called.
No, that was a carry that wasn't.
That was a travel and a carry that wasn't called.
Yeah. And Kylie Shainline
picks up the garbage.
Yeah, picks up just kind of wide open, and the ball kind of fell in her lap.
Back to a 3-point lead by the Flyers. The Riders can't quite get over the hump to pull even or tie.
Good screen, but yeah, the Flyers sniffed that one out baseline. Another offensive board.
Guard box out. Guard didn't box out. Marion local player came flying in from the perimeter and got the boards. It's allowing the Flyers to maintain control of this game, merely their offensive rebounding.
And a timeout by the Riders, and that was another save a possession timeout by Coach Scott Jordan. Johnny on the spot on that call. And with the full timeout, we will take a break.
Are you tired of the same old mass-produced items and looking for something unique? We specialize in creating custom projects tailored to your style. Whether it's cutting boards, tables, crosses, or other items, we can bring your ideas to life. Contact Milner Woodworking today to start your custom project.
Hold your horses, literally. Here comes Rocky, trotting in with some big news.
Yeehaw, Rider Nation! The Rider Rooters give back to every Rough Rider sports program.
That's right. Rider Rooters help supply gear, scoreboards, and the extras our athletes need to succeed. So saddle up and purchase your Rider Rooter membership, because here at St. Mary's, Riders ride together.
Thank you for your support. Go Riders!
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
And with 38 seconds left in this third quarter, 3-point lead by the Flyers, Coach Scott Jordan calls a quick timeout just to prevent a turnover, save a possession. Pretty good use of a timeout. And we'll see if the Riders can come down here in this last 30 seconds and get a nice shot.
Let's see if he, I'm guessing he may have drawn up a play to try to get Sophia Menker, either a driving lane or an open shot, or give it to Audrey Reinecke and let her fire away. The big sniper from three.
Yeah, Reinecke shooting 33% from three. Big man can step out and drill it. Yeah.
Tie game. 12 seconds left. Riders trying to, got 8 seconds here. Boy, it'd be a big momentum swing if they could come down and catch one in. Kaya got any idea on the time? She does.
And a pull-up
jumper at the buzzer. Freshman knows what she's doing.
And with that last second shot there at the quarter, the Riders take a 30-28 lead going into this fourth quarter. And are we staying here? Okay, we'll go ahead and take a break and come back for the fourth quarter action.
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach. If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343. Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful. Yow!
Hi, I'm Sean Barnett with Sean Barnett Electrical for your home or your business, and I do support this pinch.
And we're back getting ready for fourth quarter action between the St. Mary's Rough Riders and the Marion local Flyers.
To give you an idea of what we were talking about, how the Flyers have been dominating the offensive boards and generating more shot attempts as a result. The Marion local Flyers have had 42 shot attempts to only 28 for St. Mary's, and that is purely because they have dominated the offensive boards. It's the only thing keeping them in this game. So the Riders can shore up the rebounding this last quarter. They can pull off much-needed victory.
Faith Ronenbaum did a drive by Busher Custom Farms.
A Flyer drive by Busher Custom Farms. Great pass. Jacobs to Fulmer.
Suddenly Fulmer starting to contribute.
Fulmer scored 4, Reinecke 3 for a quick offensive burst for the Riders. In such a low-scoring game, 7 points qualifies as a major run.
Bruns misses that drive, and Fulmer with the rebound. So a flurry of action here in the first part of this fourth quarter. Logan Henson tried to get a charge. Fulmer with a nice look from the free throw line. And Claire Bruns comes right back at the Riders to tie up the game with a nice pull-up jump shot.
Yeah, freshman was not shy.
Nobody picked her up. Is that a drive?
Another drive by Busher Custom Farms by the Flyers.
Ooh, the Riders had a potential really good high-low on that possession, just didn't get the pass in. The Reinecke.
Hinchen with a bad pass results in a turnover for the Flyers on a breakout. Fulmer erases the shot by Kaylin Toby.
Okay, Fulmer, I think her third block shot of the game.
She is long, not only 5'11", but has long arms.
And hustled to get back on that play. The Flyers were looking at an easy 2 on that one. So good hustle by the freshman. Ooh,
holy
now
mackerel, 5 steps, is that enough to get a charge?
Yep.
Or a travel?
Yes.
Yep. If he didn't call that, taking back my donation to the Referees Association.
Flyers picking up the Riders a little more full court here. I think probably trying to get them not comfortable in the half-court offense.
Tie game, 6 minutes to go. Anybody's game here at Grand Lake Health System Court.
Riders a little stagnant on that possession.
Thought we could have had a foul there, and that was definitely a foul.
Kate Ashman blocked the shot of Kaya
Blocked
Fulmer.
the initial one, but definitely clocked her on the second one.
Yeah. So if you can block shots, I can block them too. Fulmer stepping to the line.
Toby's the only Flyer with more than 1 foul.
Fulmer shooting 59% from the free throw line for the season. 2 of 3, I think.
Yeah, only Reinecke and make her shoot better from the free throw line than Fulmer.
And nothing but net for the freshman on that one to give the Riders a 34-32
Kaya
lead.
Fulmer now has a quick 9 points. Trailing only Makers 14 for the Riders. Riders in an unfamiliar position here. They have a lead.
Flyers.
Most of this game they've been trailing by 2, 4, 5 points.
And the missed shot by Toby, but
Sophie Minker ran the
offensively
passing
wrong.
lanes. Nice crossover. Got hit. No call. There was a lot of contact on that drive. I thought that should have been a 2-shot foul.
And the Flyers come right back. And there you go again. On the Toby miss, an offensive board.
I really thought, watch this again, I really thought that's contact right there. Sophie does a nice job leaning in, gets shoulder contact. That should have been 2 shots. That's a big call in the game.
No call.
Flyers really struggling to shoot perimeter shots other than Ashman.
Riders sitting in a 2-3 zone on the out of bounds. Sets up Ashman for a 3.
That's the one person you got to watch from 3.
And Sophie Maker pulls down that board, and boy, those have been hard to come by, defensive boards for the Riders. And yeah, the Flyers are struggling, but man, they're hitting the boards hard.
Riders have the ball and a 2-point lead with a little under 4.5 minutes to go. Be nice to get a bucket here, get a little bit of a lead, put the pressure on the Flyers to score. Something they've struggled to do tonight. She got shoved from behind. That should have been an and 1.
Nice pass from Sophie Maker.
She got shoved in the back, clubbed by Toby, no call.
And the Riders suddenly with a 4-point lead.
Fulmer says, not in my neighborhood. That's her 4th block tonight.
Eckstein with the shot attempt, and Fulmer, just taking care of that. Now, of course, I'd like Fulmer to not necessarily get beat on the
It'd be
drive.
nice to not give up baseline. You wouldn't have to block a shot, but it helps to be tall. It's nice to be tall.
It does.
You can erase some errors by being tall. Hinchin fell asleep on the backside, gave up a step-in layup by the Flyers.
Ronnebaum just kind of took advantage and, powered into it. Reineke from the corner. Flyers keeping it interesting here in the fourth.
Flyers looking to try to get it into Eckstein, their leading scorer and rebounder.
And
Riders clogged things up.
And Bruns took a lot of physical contact on that as well.
Yeah,
they would,
Lauren, push it. Nice pass by Fulmer, post feed to Reineke, up and in. Nice feed, put it right on her shooting hand.
Reineke now with nine points.
Fulmer and Reineke have 9.
I think 4 of those in this
Menker,
fourth quarter.
14. Leading the Riders. Another weak side board, but they survive. Ronnebaum with a miss on the weak side.
Ooh, nice little behind the back by Lauren Jacobs. Drew the foul from Mesher. And Mesher, and we should give a shout out to her defensively. She's been really, really aggressive on the ball, both when she was guarding Jacobs and Sophie Menker. She's a really nice defender.
Strong, has good feet.
Good feet, physical, and causes some trouble. Those are the people you always kind of hated.
The Riders have a 4-point lead here. You could really cause the Flyers some trouble with a bucket here. Suddenly down 6 in a low-scoring game. Could be really tough for the Flyers to come back from that. I like
patient.
This.
Being patient. I think you got your best ball
Flyers
handling.
have only committed. Don't. You got to. Oh boy. Ooh, thank you. He owed us a couple calls for the offensive end. That could easily have been an over and back.
I think he called that foul on Bruns. And that's the third team foul for the Flyers, so they can, again, still can
stay aggressive, reach in.
Yeah, be aggressive.
Grab, push.
Right.
Got a foul to give before you start shooting free throws.
Do a little trapping here.
That's a foul. All right, from here on, the Riders will be shooting 2 shots.
Bruns again with the foul.
Is Coach Jordan going to try to put it on ice and continue to stall, or will he tell them to look for a shot if open?
Nice crossover by Sophie Menker.
I'd be inclined to say nothing but a layup. Keep driving. If you get a layup, take it. Or if you get a wide open 3, go ahead. It wouldn't have been my choice for a shot with a minute and a half to go up 4.
It's a good look, but not necessarily at this time. And Claire Bruns gets just a chippy give me in there.
Flyers are right back in the game.
On the pass from Ashman, and it brings them within 2, and they call a quick timeout. We will step aside very, very quickly and be back for this final minute and a half of play.
Hey there, Rough Rider Country. If you need a van, truck, car, SUV, motorcycle, camper, boat, or any other form of transportation, come on down to Schaff Auto Sales. I know you got vehicle needs, and I got needs too. I need to know that you got the right kind of truck to get the job done. And I need to know that you got a fun set of wheels to cruise around in. And I need to know that your kids are safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Aaron High, the car guy.
I'm Aaron High, the car guy with Schaff Auto Sales. I sell cars to Rough Rider fans, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider athletics and the Memorial student athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
And we're back with 1:39 left on the clock, and we've got a barn burner, so to speak. The Riders are ahead by 2 with possession of the ball. The Flyers have 4 fouls. They're obviously going to pick up full court.
It'd be interesting to see what kind of defense we're going to do here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a run and jump. Some kind of a trapping defense here. Henshin, the home run ball to Minker.
I'm not sure Henshin plays softball. I'm not sure she plays softball.
She's going to have to work on that toss a little bit.
We've got
foul on Mesher. That's going to send Lauren Jacobs to the line for 2. Lauren is a 52% free throw shooter on the season. We could really use 2 shots right here, Lauren. There you go.
Easy. And Jess Rammel, the former Jess Steinbrenner star softball player for the Salina Bulldogs, and I'm saying, Jess, that she does not have the arm that you had back in the day. Yeah.
She's got the arm of a first baseman.
And with those 2 free throws by Jacobs, very timely free throws, the Riders have a 4-point lead.
Quite a collision between Ronnebaum and Henshin.
And I think they're probably going to get Henshin for the foul. That's my guess.
You think so?
Yeah, they're both.
I thought she had the ball and then got hit.
Well, they were both kind of going. Whoever gets the foul, it's going to be unfortunate because they were both really going for the ball.
I thought that Henshin had a hold of the ball and then got hit.
Unfortunately, she's got her hand out, which would. Yeah, they did call
Henshin. She's got a towel
Henshin,
to her mouth.
which is going to indicate.
She might be.
It's going to indicate blood or teeth.
Blood or teeth or both.
And it looks like Molly Rendler, on-the-spot trainer for St. Mary's, is over there helping out.
She's she's the best trainer around. And we jokingly refer to her as the mayor of Montezuma.
And I tell you what, while we got just a quick break here, Mike, you want to give us a quick alumni update?
Yeah, especially we want to focus, since it's a girls basketball game, we want to focus on Kendall Daringer. On Saturday, she scored a career-high 18 points on 4 of 6 shooting from the three-point line, leading her 13th-ranked Battling Bishops of Ohio Wesleyan to their 11th straight win in a 76-67 victory at Wittenberg. So big shout-out to senior guard Kendall Daringer. Career-high, red-hot shooting from three-point line. We were there at Wittenberg, and the Battling Bishops would not have won without KD's performance.
Cashed in 4 in a row in the first half.
Yeah, single-handedly
She
kept them in the game in the
kept
first half.
Yep. Great performance. And
Kendall had a huge contingent. There was probably 150 people at the game, and probably 30 of them were Kendall Daringer fans from St. Mary's.
Yep,
so it was great to see the Rider fans supporting Kendall in her collegiate action. Ronnebaum is still holding her mouth.
So hopefully she's okay.
Hopefully she didn't lose any teeth.
Yeah, hopefully she's okay. She's gonna sit, and the Riders. I think Logan Hitchens still in the game, and because the Riders that's their only second foul of the quarter. Unfortunately for the Flyers, they just get the ball out of bounds.
Hopefully the Riders are cognizant that they have fouls to give. If the Flyers start to get a drive to the basket and get a lane, just foul them. Foul them before they get a shot up.
And Eckstein has a little trouble getting over the height of Kea Fulmer.
I was lucky. They stripped Eckstein, but it rolled right to Bruns for 2. It's a 2-point game. Get a timeout here.
And Sophie Minker wisely, that's a heads-up senior play right there. Knew she was in trouble
was in a
and
trap.
Just called a quick timeout. And I think that would be a 30-second timeout. And we'll stay here during this timeout. A minute left. What do the Riders have to do right now, Mike?
Well, first of all, you got to get the ball in bounds and get it up the court. If I'm Coach Jordan, I'm going to talk about all the possible presses they could see. It could be a man-to-man. It could be a half-court trap. Make sure they're aware. They're obviously going to try to turn them over. I would try to inbound the ball to my best ball handler and let them dribble up, thinking that maybe the Flyers will be fouling pretty quickly.
and I think
once you get in the half court, then you got to get it into your scores. And right now in the game, it's Fulmer and Minker are the two people who have produced offense with the lineup on the floor. Lauren Jacobs has got to get it out of that, get it off the sidelines, behind the back dribble, look up. I'd use another timeout. Oh boy, Coach Stribe is not going to be happy about that. A small bump, and referee Tony Rogers calls the somewhat controversial foul there. Big break for the Riders. She was in real trouble both in the trap and they were running out of time. I'm assuming she was about at an 8 count at least.
Right.
Trying to get the ball up the court.
May have gotten away with the travel even, dragging her foot in that as she was trying to
Lauren
step
just
through.
nailed 2 a little bit ago. I always think it's much easier to shoot free throws. You just shot 2, you're in a rhythm, you feel good, you made 2 in a row. It's easy to step up and nail another 2.
Yeah, confidence
Clutch free
is
throws
everything down
by
the stretch.
Senior, Lauren Jacobs.
Bruns comes down with the rebound, and the Flyers are pushing it hard.
Don't need to get a 3-point shot. I'm sure they'd take it, especially if they get Ashman open. Get a jump ball. Okay, good.
And a turnover on the Flyers.
They're going to be looking to foul. Oh, I tell you what, that is awfully close to an intentional foul. 2-fisted shove in the back of Minker. The Flyers are, look at that, lucky. The Flyers are very, very lucky that wasn't an intentional foul. Watch this again. That's a pretty good shove in the back there. Now, so Sophia may have added a little bit of Hollywood to it.
Little soccer.
A little soccer flop. Soccer players have been known to over-dramatize contact, but she could easily have gotten an intentional foul. Sophie needs to really get one of them here, so a 3 doesn't tie us up.
And
she misses both.
The 78% free throw shooter missed both.
The normally solid rebounding Flyers fumble the rebound out of bounds. What a gift. Now here's where, with 36 seconds left, you do an inbounds play and you get it to your best free throw shooter. Now I'm getting the ball to Lauren Jacobs. She's made 3 out of the last 4.
Ryder did do a very good job on that inbounds possession there of getting the ball in,
statistically
getting open.
Statistically, Minker's the best free throw shooter at 78%, but she just missed 2. I would get the ball to Lauren Jacobs.
And there's a turnover, but then a quick foul by
We
Fulmer.
have fouls to give.
And whether Kaya Fulmer did that turnover out of just reaction by, or the foul out of the turnover, just a reaction, or whether she was saying, I need to stop a fast break.
Stop them from breaking out. It was a great foul, whether she meant it or not.
Yep.
Timeout, Coach Stribe. They were on the verge of getting a 5-second call.
And I think they have a full timeout, so we'll step aside before this last 30 seconds of action.
Hi, I'm Jay Gibson, proud owner of Varsity Lanes since 2003. Visit Varsity Lanes for exceptional fun and mouth-watering food. Opt for our classic ham and cheese or choose from various other delectable options. Every Friday night, join Rough Rider fans in the lounge for food, drinks, and St. Mary's football. Can't make it? Takeout and delivery services available. Varsity Lanes is your go-to spot for daily lunch specials and dinner options. Whether you dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, Varsity Lanes, locally owned and operated, and the home of state bowling champions, and where amazing dining meets fun. Tempted? Visit or call us now. Have you made the call yet?
We did.
TSC has streaming television services available in the Gigahood, delivered over our blazing fast fiber internet. Choose TV to fit your family's needs. Enjoy our basic package with all the local channels, or try the extended basic package with sports, news, music, and family entertainment. Download the Your TV Green app and use your Amazon Fire Stick to start watching today.
All right, we're back. The Rough Riders hold a slim 41-38 lead with 30 seconds to go on the clock. Flyers bring the ball down the court, and let's see if they can get something.
Riders had a foul to give. Let some time go off the court and apply the foul. Now, the Flyers can go to the basket, try to get a quick 2, or will they try to run maybe a 3-point verbal? If they're running a 3-point verbal, I think it'll be Kate Ashman. If not, I would go to the basket with Eckstein. You still have time to get 2, foul the Riders, and possibly come back.
And
everything broke down.
And with 12 seconds to go, Coach Stripes didn't see anything happening
nothing
that she
developing.
needed, so she called another full timeout. So we'll take a 30-second commercial break and then come back.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
All right, with only 12 seconds to go on the clock, Coach Stripe called a timeout for the Flyers. Just didn't see anything evolving very well offensively in this possession. But now with, we think, no timeouts left, the Flyers are probably going to have to get a 3 on this possession. And there's at least a good look. And missed, but got the offensive board.
Don't foul her, don't. No way.
Emerson
man.
Mesher banks in a 3 at the buzzer.
That's terrible.
To tie this game.
A banked 3.
And send things into overtime. But you know what? It was another offensive board.
He gave up a rebound. Yeah, you get the rebound, the ball game's over.
Yeah.
Again, the offensive
They
rebounds.
got an offensive board.
Lady Riders tonight. Gave him another shot.
Yep, and we're looking at the replay there. And, you know, really a good look. And to be honest, the Riders are probably really lucky that they didn't get a foul called on that possession. If you look at the replay,
Halls is contesting.
She's contesting, and kind of hard to see. Let's see. Come on, replay.
Did hit her on the arm.
Yeah, hit her on the arm.
Lucky they didn't get a 3-point.
Yeah,
or a
and may have even
4-point play
got her on the body, and yeah, that could have been a 4-point play to finish the game. And Jess has got a couple questions on the score thing. I'm not sure I've ever done an overtime on this stat program. So we're getting a question from the production crew down below. It just has to leave her hand, and so yeah, she did get it off in time. And so we're headed to overtime. What a better way to spend a Tuesday night. We got a jump ball, little confusion down by the referees and the teams. Not sure what that was all about, but we're jumping up and we're getting 4 more minutes of action. 41-41. Can the Riders respond to that kind of crushing blow there at the end?
Last-second buzzer beaters like that, when you have victory in your grasp, can be a real gut punch and a huge emotional shift. The Riders are going to have to get back
and
get their intensity back and focus. On
the Busher Custom Farms drive by Maya Eckstein, she drew the foul. I think the foul was on Kaya Fulmer.
Eckstein's a 70% free throw shooter, the best free throw shooter on the Flyers team.
And the most attempts by a lot.
She nails both to give the Flyers a 2-point lead.
I always think that when you get that lead early in overtime, that it's
especially after you had a big emotional rush,
right,
tying the game. Now you get the lead. Riders got to find some way to get back the momentum from the Flyers. Best way to do that is to get the ball to Sophia Menker, probably.
Yep. Although the Riders get almost a turnover. And I think Coach Scott Jordan saw that as not going well on that possession, so he's calling a timeout. This is a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back very quickly after this one.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider first down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on a...
And we're back with 3:18 left in overtime for a barn burner of blue and gold style between the Marion Local Flyers and the St. Mary's Rough Riders. And the Riders get a really good look. And Kaya Fulmer got the offensive rebound, but I think they're calling it hitting the top.
Yeah, hit the standard.
Top of the standard.
Backboard. Could have called a foul, I thought. Thought there was some contact on her shot, which is why she shot it so far up.
And that may be a foul on Logan Henson, and I'm thinking that's 5. Yes, Jess said that's 5 on Henson.
That'll result in two foul shots for the Flyers, if that's true.
Bondals will come in to replace her for the duration.
The Flyers can seize control of this game at the free throw line.
Claire Bruns will step to the line.
Bruns is a 64% free throw shooter on the season.
This is 8 points for her on the night.
Freshman's having a fine game for the Flyers. Flyers are hitting some clutch free throws. Riders missed a couple of them down the stretch that cost them. Flyers are converting theirs. 3-point lead for the Flyers, looking for 4.
The freshman comes through with 2 clutch free throws, giving the Flyers a 4-point lead here in overtime with 3 minutes to go. A nice kick out.
Kick out by Fulmer. Finds Reinecke wide open in the corner for 3. Huge shot for the Riders.
Pressure by the Riders, but the Flyers handled it expertly.
Pull-up jumper, Kate Ashman gives the 3-point lead to the Flyers. Big shot by Ashman to stem the Rider tide.
The Flyers defensively here in the last part of the fourth quarter and in overtime have really been aggressive defensively. Really causing the Riders issues on offense, yes.
Take her, Soph.
Nice
floater by Sophia Menker.
And I'm giving her a Busher Custom Farms drive on that one as well. Drew contact, bringing the Riders to within 1 here in overtime, 1:45 left to go. I think the Flyers will be content probably to run for a good shot, not necessarily to run clock totally.
Fulmer with rejection number 5 on the evening, I think.
Yep, Jess says yep.
Don't see many people getting 5 blocks a game. About the last time I can remember St. Mary's getting that many blocks was when Carrie Emwally patrolled the paint.
Claire Bruns thought better of that. She thought for a second, you know, I'm wide open, but then wisely pulled it down. And I think they're going to call Bond Alls for a reach-in foul.
It's going to send Claire Bruns to the line. She's 64% free throw shooter. Made her last 2.
Eckstein. It's Eckstein.
Oh, it's Eckstein. I'm sorry. She also made her last 2. Yeah, good. Jinxed her.
You jinxed her?
She's a 70% free throw shooter, the best on the Flyers. She was due to miss 1 or 2.
They've been pretty solid from the free throw line here down the stretch. And that gives the Flyers a 2-point lead.
Minute and 20 to go. Ryder ball. Riders do everything. Point guard Sophia Menker's bringing it up. Nice shake. The Riders, other than Minker, are having a lot of trouble getting any kind of penetration.
Right.
Generating any offense. They need to get Sophia Menker the ball back here. Get the ball in her hands.
A good look down to Reinecke on the block, but she did not connect. Not sure what the call is down there.
He's calling a foul on Kea Fulmer. It's going to send junior Kate Ashman to the line. She's a 61% free throw shooter. And the Flyers are scoring all their points at the free throw line here in overtime. She misses the first.
Really important for the Riders to get this rebound if it is a miss.
Not again.
Was I prophetic there or what?
Faith Ronnebaum comes down with a rebound. The Riders managed to tie her up. Just the theme all night. Hate to beat a dead horse, but the Riders are getting killed on the offensive rebounds. The shot attempts differential is staggering because of the rebounding advantage of the Flyers.
Lauren Jacobs with a nifty behind the back dribble to get out of trouble. Not sure where the, okay. There was
point anywhere?
No, there was no point on the possession. And probably, to be honest, Claire Bruns probably got away with a little bump foul
bit of a
there,
bump on
but that's
drive.
Okay. And Riders call Riders, right?
Riders full timeout.
Riders call a full timeout, so we'll step aside for this last 24 seconds.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
Okay, are we live? We're live. Okay. And
here's that last shot, the bank three that sends this one into overtime. Is the ball out of her hands when that light comes on?
Oh boy.
And according to Rich Spencer's electronic expertise and freezing it there, it looks like it's still in her hands when that light comes off. That should have been waved off. Unfortunately, they don't use the camera in high school sports. College and the pros, that would have been straight to the video board and would have resulted in a Rider victory.
And on the return to action, Sophie Menker gets called for a travel. Unfortunately, they're giving the ball back to the Flyers with 19
Riders
seconds
are going
to
to try to get a quick steal or a foul. Good foul.
Kea Fulmer picks up the foul, and we're going to send Claire Bruns back to the free throw line.
Again, she's a 64% free throw shooter.
Bruns, the freshman, has not played like a freshman tonight for the Flyers.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all of Marion Local's points have been at the free throw line in the overtime.
And the freshman steps up for point number 11.
Clutch free throws.
Giving the Flyers a 3-point lead.
Gutsy pressure performance by the freshman. Bruns misses the second.
Riders barely get the offensive board. 3-point lead. And Sophie Manker takes
a desperation three.
Three.
That's going to do it.
And it comes up short. The Flyers squeak out the 49-46 victory. Exciting action here in Grand Lake Health Systems Court on a Tuesday night. We will step aside real quick, and then we'll come back with our post-game stat wrap-up.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Are you tired of the same old mass-produced items and looking for something unique? We specialize in creating custom projects tailored to your style. Whether it's cutting boards, tables, crosses, or other items, we can bring your ideas to life. Contact Milner Woodworking today to start your custom project.
Hold your horses, literally. Here comes Rocky, trotting in with some big news.
Yeehaw, Rider Nation! The Rider Rooters give back to every Rough Rider sports program.
That's right. Rider Rooters help supply gear, scoreboards, and the extras our athletes need to succeed. So saddle up and purchase your Rider Rooter membership, because here at St. Mary's, Riders ride together.
Thank you for your support. Go Riders!
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach. If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343. Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful. Yow!
Hi, I'm Sean Barnett with Sean Barnett Electrical for your home or your business, and I do support this pinch.
Hey there, Rough Rider Country. If you need a van, truck, car, SUV, motorcycle, camper, boat, or any other form of transportation, come on down to Shaft Auto Sales. I know you got vehicle needs, and I got needs too. I need to know that you got the right kind of truck to get the job done. And I need to know that you got a fun set of wheels to cruise around in. And I need to know that your kids are safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Aaron High, the car guy.
I'm Aaron High, the car guy with Shaft Auto Sales. I sell cars to Rough Rider fans, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
All right, we're just wrapping up with a Marion local victory over the St. Mary's Rough Riders in very exciting fashion. Mike?
Okay, a crushing loss for the Riders. First of all, they played good defense, got a missed shot, but couldn't come up with a rebound, and they gave Marion Local, who was down 3, they gave them one more possession. And Marion Local kicked it around, the girl shot it. It was after the buzzer. We could see on the replay that it was the ball had not been released, but in high school you don't have replays.
Yep.
So she banks in a 3, and most times I would say it's a crime to lose a game on a bank 3. It's luck, it's slop. Sometimes people call it slop. However, the Riders should have secured that rebound.
Yep.
And they should have secured a whole lot of offensive rebounds throughout the game. It kept giving Marion Local more and more chances. You give a team enough chances, and sooner or later you're going to get burnt.
Yep.
And we got burnt by giving up the offensive rebound, and a bank three sends it to overtime.
We're going to shift over to Jess, and Jess is going to run down through stats for tonight.
So our leading scorer for St. Mary's was Sophie Manker with 16 points. Lauren Jacobs had 5. Logan Henshin had 2. Callie Bondol had 2. Audrey Reinecke had 12. And Kea Fulmer rounded out the scoring with 9 and 5 blocks. For Marion, Kate Ashman had 7. Gina Bruns had 3. Kaylin Toby had 3. Maya Eckstein had 9. Emerson Mesher had 7. Claire Bruns, the freshman, had 11 to be the leading scorer. Kylie Shaneline had 3, and Faith Ronabon had 6. Looking at their free throws, we were talking about in overtime. Claire Bruns was 5 for 6 for 83% from the line, and Maya Eckstein was 3 for 4 for 75%. So
there's the game.
And then we were talking about that difference in rebounds. St. Mary's had 22 rebounds, 8 offensive, 14 defensive, and then Marion Local, 36 rebounds, 22 offensive, and 14 defensive. They shot, Marion shot 17 for 59 for 28%, and St. Mary's was 18 for 41 for 44%. So, and then turnovers, we were even 18 apiece. So, really the rebounds was the factor.
Ball game.
Right.
And we always talk up here when it gets in the fourth quarter, games are won in a couple, like 3 categories that we always talk about. Our listeners probably think that we're broken records, but it's so important: hitting free throws down the stretch, getting offensive boards, and not turning the ball over.
And the Riders lost 2 of those 3
Yeah, 2 of those 3 they did not score well with. So hats off to the Flyers, though. Played well in the first half, lost the lead in the second half, but didn't hang their heads and battled back. So, they played a pretty strong game. And one thing that Coach Jordan talked about before the game was the balanced scoring of the Flyers. And boy, Jess, as you were going down that list, they were really, really balanced. Yeah. They got contributions from everyone. Mike, give us quarters.
Yep, here's the quarter scores. Marion Local, victorious Marion Local scored 11 in the first, 8 in the second, for a 1-point lead at halftime. They scored 9 in the third, 13 in the fourth to tie it up to go to overtime. They scored 8 in the overtime period, all from the free throw line, for their total of 49. St. Mary scored 4 in the first, 14 in the second, 12 in the third, 11 in the fourth to tie the game and go into overtime. They then scored 5 in the overtime for their total of 46. So again, final score, Marion Local 49, St. Mary's 46. With the win, Marion Local improves to 8-5 on the season. They've won their last 3 in a row. Their next game is Thursday at the Vatican, where they face the Delphos St. John's Lady Blue Jays. With the loss, St. Mary's falls to 7-6. They lose their 3rd in a row. The next game for the Lady Riders will be Thursday at Wapak in a WBL tilt. Then Saturday, the Lady Riders come back home to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. They'll face the Bryan Golden Bears. The start time for the JV is 11 a.m. on Saturday. So again, start time Saturday versus Bryan is 11 a.m. JV.
And for Rider Nation Station, we will be back here on Thursday bringing wrestling action between St. Mary's and Wapakoneta. So for all of our crew, and we've got to throw a huge thank you to Jess for filling in at a very, very last moment and coming up here and really saving our butts here tonight. So big thank you to Jess, and hopefully it was fun. Hopefully we didn't run you off, and we can get. You gave me a barn burner and an overtime. I know, and I told you ahead of time that normally the first time we always seem to have something really fast-paced for our newbies. So yeah, thanks again for helping out, Jess. So for Jess Rammel, Mike J. On camera, we had Bryce Bertkey, Doug Spencer. Down in the booth, our producers, Rich Spencer and Howie Spencer, helping him out tonight. So for our whole crew at Rider Nation Station, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.